speak to me.
No, we'll get to that because I've got a
Yeah.
bone to pick with your fans.
She literally come and you put your arms out to hug her and she runs straight past you. She went, Sharon!
Say it. But yeah, I know. Oh.
Today, the Garners Couch Club podcast is sponsored by Currencies Direct, helping you buy your dream home in Spain.
When you're moving money abroad, exchange rates really do matter.
With Currencies Direct, you get good rates, expert guidance, and no transfer fees.
Well, who could ask for better? They've got over 20 branches across Spain and friendly teams ready to help you every single step of the way. So all you need to do is to register with Currencies Direct. Just head over to our website, SpanishPropertyChoice.com, and on the very front page, you will find a link to Currencies Direct's website where you can just follow the instructions and register with them for free. So thank you, Currencies Direct, for sponsoring this week's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Garners Couch Club podcast.
I'm Sharon and this is Shaun from Channel 4, Sunseeing and Selling Houses and Spanish Property Choice located in Almeria and the beautiful Costa del Sol.
Yeah, so how are you, Mother? Dare I ask?
No, just don't ask. Just don't ask. Well, I've got my voice back almost.
Good.
I think I still sound a little bit raunchy. Yeah.
Croaky.
Oh, croaky.
Yeah, just say croaky.
Croaky. But what an amazing weekend.
Yes. Yeah, it was. Well, I don't really know what I expected from the property exhibition, but I don't think I've fully recovered yet. It was so incredibly busy. I mean, for anyone that doesn't know, we have just come back from the NEC in Birmingham. Good old Birmingham.
Yeah, back from Brum.
Home city.
Yeah. I got my Bab back.
Oh.
The amount of people that said to me, "All right, Bab."
You were doing it on the plane over there.
I
It didn't take you very long. Straight away. Yeah, I'm all right, Bab. And yes, so we've just been back. We went to the NEC property exhibition, A Place in the Sun live. And what an experience to be back in the mix of things.
Yeah. I mean, literally from the second that door opened till the second, well, even after the doors had closed, we'd still got people in a queue to see us.
Yeah.
And that was a queue. Me, you, Dad, John, Andrea.
Yeah.
It just did not stop, did it?
It didn't stop at all. But I think it was good for us to go back because obviously we hadn't done one since 2019.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people realise that we used to do them.
Yeah.
The amount of people that were coming up to me saying, "Oh, it's so nice to see you doing this." But we were like, well, we used to, you know. It was...
Well, I think the thing is, I think property exhibitions, I mean, obviously they're there and they're designed, for agents to get clients. I mean, that's the whole point in you doing it. And we've never really, in the last few years had to worry about that. If we go, I've got to stop saying as well. Yeah, I've gone from, what do you used to say? I used to say all the time. Yeah, and now I'm saying So, Sammy, if you get any just cut them out for God's sake. The one thing that, property exhibitions do, I mean, the whole... Have I said it again?
Straight away.
Have I? See, I don't even know I'm saying it. What the heck?
You're just going to have to take it as part of you, Mother.
Yeah, but it annoys me when I watch it, so it must annoy other people. Did I say it again?
No, not yet.
Right, okay. You'll have to count how many times
I've just realised how good we're matching as well today.
Yeah, I thought that. I mean, we haven't planned this at all. It's...
Oh dear. And so it starts. This is only episode 28 and we're still learning. We're still getting to grips with doing it.
It's
Don't
just
worry.
There.
Don't worry. I'll just ignore it when you say it. But yeah, I know. Oh. Didn't even mean to do that. Mum, it's a serious problem I've got though, I've realised. I think I'm getting a sort of oh. A sort of stammer. I'm actually crying. No, on my walks every morning with Emily. I'm not joking. I trip upon my words so often now. I think I am getting some kind of stammer. Oh, gosh. Okay.
Oh, this is a good start. We said, right, let's make this a quick one. We're going to get through this one really quick.
No, we were saying, I'm overthinking what I want to say now, but we're going to go with it. I know where you're coming from with the show because we never used to do them. We don't have to do them to get the clients because we're very, very, very lucky that being part of a television program, we get a lot of inquiries. Mm-hmm. Like we're so lucky that we do get a huge amount of leads coming through and we have lots and lots of clients. But the show, we used to do it for that reason.
Yeah,
I think as the show was starting, it was great exposure and advertising that we were part of Sunsea Selling Houses. And we did it up until 2019, didn't we?
Yeah.
Glasgow was the last one we did.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. So we couldn't do it in 2020, couldn't do it in 2021. I don't think it was up and running either. And then the last 2 years has just been so extremely busy with work and just non-stop. We just didn't have time. And everyone, when we say that, I hate saying it because everyone's like, you've always got time. Mm. But we just genuinely did not have time with your health concerns as well. That put things on the back burner. You couldn't travel as much at a certain time. Yeah. So this was really the first year that we managed to get back into the swing of things.
I think because it was home. We were back in Brum.
Yeah, it was nice to think and go back to Birmingham.
Yeah, the old stomping ground. I think the thing that I actually sort of realised was I don't really miss, I'm being genuinely honest, I don't miss Birmingham. I miss the people. Got so much in common and we'd all got the same sense of humour and, sort of even listening to people, it brings back so many memories for me because, as you know, Nan had 16 children on Mum's side. And a lot of my sort of family still live there, cousins. I mean, I swear I must be related to half of Birmingham. But the thing that I actually really, really liked, I remembered, my Aunt Shirley and my Aunt Joni and Aunt Joycey and that, that were part of the family with the mum's sisters. Walking through Nan's door and the first thing they'd say is, all right, Bab. Yeah. I mean, I'm talking when I was sort of, I'd got you and Emma and, it just brings back happy memories being around Birmingham again. And it's the people.
Well, what did I say to you, I think, on the way back on the flight? It was a case that, I don't know if it's because I grew up here in Spain or I've just been here for so long now, but it sounds awful to say because I'm English and obviously most of our listeners and viewers are English, but I think I'd always had this preconceived idea of what English in England were like. I don't know, just maybe everyone's sort of just working every day, maybe not the happiest of people, and I don't know why I'd always had that image in my head, but every single person that I spoke to whilst we were there, whether it be in the hotel, the Uber drivers, the workers, the NEC, everyone that came to see us at the exhibition, every single person was happy. Everyone was really friendly. Yeah. Everyone was, I don't know, I don't know why I'd got that image in my head. And maybe it's
I think people were happy in themselves. I don't think they were happy with what's going on in the UK at the minute with all the
100%.
Political rubbish that's going on.
No.
And I think everybody I spoke to mentioned or touched on the subject.
But that's
in themselves. But then I always say, I think, Brummies are always like that anyway. We've all got a way about ourselves. We try not to take things too seriously, and we can joke it off. But I think that's where I enjoyed the most, meeting the people again. And in fact, half the time I never even got round to talking about properties, to be honest with you, because we were talking just in general about life and their families and that. So I really enjoyed it. Problem is, as you know, by the Saturday, I'd already lost my voice.
Yeah, your voice was going.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us, the 5 of us that were there, it just didn't stop.
Never.
I mean, it was a new experience for Andrea and John that we took with us. John, obviously being there to represent the Costa del Sol, huge success.
Yeah.
Andrea, because just
he actually even got a take on for the Costa del Sol there.
Oh, no, it was so successful. Yeah. And then Andrea being just as outgoing as she is and really prepared to, just get stuck into whatever task we give her. Yeah. And she was incredible as well. But we were maybe thinking it'd be me, you and Dad, the busy ones, and then John and Andrea kind of filling in.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, was it?
It just was non-stop. No. Although you did have a meltdown at one point when you come running over to my queue.
Oh, hang on, no.
Having a go at people waiting to speak to me.
No, we'll get to that, because I've got a bone to pick with your fans. But no, we flew in on the Thursday. We went and checked out the stand on the Thursday afternoon. Everything was already ready, which was really good. And then doors opened on the Friday, and it was the second the doors opened. It was,
I don't remember the rest of the day. Honestly, being genuine, I had one bottle of water all day. I just kept sipping at it. I'd actually got people saying, Sharon, can I go and get you a coffee? Can I get you a slice of cake or something like that? But it was literally like, we were right next. We were literally standing behind Jasmine and the team from A Place in the Sun on the stage. And I can honestly tell you, I never heard a word that came out their mouth. Because it was that focused on the queue. Yeah. And as somebody left, then the next one stood up, and it was like that for the whole 3 days.
Oh no, your queue was very, very long. And we're so appreciative that everyone that came along, there were a lot of people that did ask us for a photo, which is I still can't get my head around, because I'm like why would you want a photo of me? But
I just say you don't get a lot. You won't get a lot for it on eBay.
I know, I can't sell it for much. But everyone that came for a photo, or the little gifts that we got as well. But everyone that was doing that was still there for registering with us, being at the property exhibition. Because what I didn't want, I was a little bit afraid of causing a scene just for people that wanted to come and say hello. But it wasn't. Everyone wanted to say hello. Yeah. But they were there because...
I agree. The amount of people that popped up, some people didn't even stand in the queue. They just came over and they sort of, just put their hand on and just said, look, I'm looking to buy in America, or I'm looking to buy in Greece or whatever, but I've just had to come over and say hello to you, and that was lovely. But the people that were in the queue that were, yes, they wanted a photograph. Every one of them, I think, asked for a photograph. But they were all serious buyers. Yeah. Some of them weren't. They were very, very open, which I was really appreciative of. Yeah. They were saying, we probably won't be able to make it for next year or maybe the year after, but we are moving to Spain and we are definitely going to come to you. And it was just so nice. And we actually came back after we tallied everything up. Serious buyers ready to book in or already booked in, well over 200. And also some of them are actually filming with us. I mean, I think our first set of clients that were there will be filming with us not next week, the week after, I think. Yeah. So,
Well, that's the idea in the exhibitions. I think it's a good opportunity to speak with an agent that, if you have been following them online or they've been watching our website, I think it's a good opportunity for them to come along, meet us. Yeah. A huge thing that I got, which we get a lot anyway with people coming into the office, but everyone kind of saying, "Oh, I'm so glad that you are just how I thought you were going to be," because I think that's a huge part of being an estate agent, is someone feeling comfortable with you. You're not there to scam them. You're not there to. I mean, some people were saying that they were walking past certain stalls and they were literally being like grabbed and dragged in, and we were like, oh, you know,
and these jolly jaunts, you know, the jolly jaunts.
I was surprised how many people were doing that.
There was a lot doing that, and you know, I'm being honest, that's been one of my pet hates since the day we started the business. The thing is, with a jolly jaunt, yes, you'll get a free flight over, and you know, you'll be put up in a hotel or, you know, wined and dined. But look, at the end of the day, you've got to be really honest. Nobody gets something for nothing in life nowadays, and they were, you know, the agents can't afford to do that, and you know, they get their money back. You end up paying more at the end of the day by doing that, and it's the pressure sales of it that I really don't like.
Yeah.
You know, they genuinely do not leave you alone. They've paid for you to be there. I much prefer people to come out, hire a car, have a look around the area. If they can't do that, then let us show you the areas. But you can't. I always have this attitude with the Jolly Jaunt trips that at the end of the day, the agent will take you to a property they're going to make the most commission on. They're not really listening to what you want. They just want a sale. And they have to do that because they're under pressure to do that, because they've paid for you to go out there. You know, so I know probably not a good thing to say, but that's the business we're in, unfortunately. And there was a lot of people doing that.
But I think it's more the pressure side that you're saying.
It's the pressure side. I just think it's wrong, yeah.
We come over and we say, you know, take your time, explore the areas. It's just as important for you to drive around or go to a town that you're considering buying in than it is for us to take you there. And I did have a couple of people say that. They were like, oh, you're not going to fly me over and drive me to every town to have a look. And I was like, well, no, because you're only going to see what your agent wants to show you.
Yeah.
You've still got to use your initiative, take your own time, have a look around. You know, even the hotel that you might be put up in, well, you don't know where it might be in the middle of nowhere just to keep you.
Let me give you that was one of the things that struck me and your dad when we came out. I mean, it was 20 years ago. And we actually did come out on one of those. It was, we'll pay for your flight and we'll put you up in a hotel. And this is why I'm so against it, because we flew into Alicante, and I mean, we literally travelled to, I'm just trying to think, Alula del Rio. So when we came here, I said to your dad at one point, if we don't stop in a minute, because we were talking a late night flight as well, because that's the cheapest flights that you get. So we were sort of travelling through the night. And I remember saying to your dad, and at the point that I said it was when we were getting to Arbelayes. I didn't know it was Arbelayes back in them days. But I said to your dad, if we don't stop in a minute, then I'm going to stop this because I can't travel any further. Yeah. And then we went all the way out to Alula del Rio, put into the hotel there. And I remember opening the door the following morning, and we got one shop next to us, and that was a food store. There was nothing else around, so they were very clever, because it meant that we couldn't go and talk to any other agents or talk to any other people. And I think that sat with me from that day, thinking I'm completely isolated. I don't know where I am. I've got nobody around.
Yeah.
We couldn't even go and have a meal in the hotel. They didn't do meals, so we lived on packets of crisps and bread and butter, for a couple of days. So, yeah, it's my pet hate, unfortunately. Yeah. It's nothing to do with being tight. I mean, I know your dad's tight, and he looks after the pennies. It's nothing to do with that. It's to do with, if you've got somebody that's going to come out, get a hotel, get a flight, then they're serious about buying, rather than coming out for what they think would be a cheap holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's fair to say.
And I think it's really important as well. I wouldn't buy in Spain without thinking it's normal to put that effort in myself, to come over, explore. And I said the same thing. Literally, people must have thought I was on like a record and play the whole weekend, because everyone I was speaking to, it was the same sort of conversation, just come over, we'll meet up with you, we'll show you around the properties we've got to offer. And it was like the same repetitive script as such, because it did sound like a script by the end of the weekend. Yeah. But everyone walked away sort of on a really positive note of, okay, we're really excited to come over. I've contacted everyone since we've been back.
Yeah.
All the leads that we dealt with. just with like a little phone call or a little email, just to say, right, we're back in Spain and we'll be in touch and we'll keep the conversation flowing.
Well, I did preempt everybody there that, you know, please give us a few days to get back and go through all the leads. And, you know, we obviously prioritised anybody that's due. There's a lot of people due out in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of them, I'm really looking forward to them coming over, and I'm just going to refer to them as Polo.
I keep
If they're
hearing
listening,
about Polo.
if they're listening to this, they'll know what I'm talking about. Polo. So excited to show them the properties that I've got in mind. They're due out, and they're up for filming with us as well, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But they would, again, you know, these were people that came to say, and they said it quite blatant to me, we are not time wasters. We are coming over and we are going to find our dream home.
Yeah.
And I got that from so many of them.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it was a nice experience. Obviously, we used to supply properties to A Place in the Sun for the show itself before we started doing Sunseeing Selling Houses. So it was nice to see the team and that again. But obviously, yeah, it's a different world for us now, isn't it? You know, with what we do. I try to explain to people, you know, obviously A Place in the Sun is a TV show about, you know, with presenters that have the option to show 5 properties in Spain or wherever around the world. We were there for a different reason because it's our job. It's what we do.
Yeah.
You know, we're estate agents. So, yeah, it was good.
And going back to sort of what we were saying about the attitude of everyone was so kind and so sweet and so nice, not just in the exhibition, just everywhere. You know, the guy that was on the door at the NEC every morning.
So friendly.
Morning, guys, have a great day. Like, really, really sweet. But the general feeling that I came away with was so depressing. You know, although everyone was happy and really sweet to us, just everyone's feeling of, we just want to get out.
Yeah.
We just want to move. We want to get to Spain. We want to start a new life, or we want to buy a holiday home just so we can escape for our 90 days. Or it was sad. And I said it to a lot of the clients I was speaking to. I was like, it's sad being English and going back to my home country and just seeing everyone just
so
desperate to leave.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, it's a shame. And I know a lot's going on back there at the moment, and we won't get into any of that.
Well, you know, it's about politics. I mean, it's the people that are running the country that's making people feel the way that they feel. It's not. I've always said to you, England is a beautiful place. If the sun shone every day, it would be incredible. It would make you feel better. There's nowhere more beautiful than the UK, you know, when that happens. But I think it's just the political side of it. I don't know whether you noticed, but our demographics are normally around about the 60 to 75 mark, aren't they? How many families came?
Yes.
With their children?
Yeah, younger couples, families with their kids. A lot of you guys listening came and met us as well, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And I think I was surprised with that, the amount of the younger generations now. But unfortunately, I think that's the problem. Yeah. I think even the younger generations now are thinking,
well, I had
just do it.
Yeah, I had several youngsters try, not try and talk to me about how it is about, because I said to them, how do you feel about moving to Spain? And they were quite positive. I had 2 beautiful, I actually don't remember their names, to be honest with you, but 2 beautiful blonde girls. It so reminded me of Alithia, blonde hair, blue-eyed. We were having such a lovely family, general chat about schools, and I was, having a bit of a joke about how gorgeous the Spanish boys are and all this, But they were, the whole family wanted to make that move. Yeah. I think they were just frightened. They're like, what can I expect? And it's like I said to them, it's what you put into it, really. We had the same feeling. We didn't know what was going to happen when we moved here. Yeah. And I think coming over with children is a huge step, because they've got to go through the Spanish system, the schooling system, or they go to the private schools. But just general lifestyle. I look at how Alicia, like my grandchildren, Alicia and Lucas have grown up, and fantastic lives they've got, but I do forget that they were born here.
Yeah.
You know, so they're used to that. They're used to the lifestyle.
But that's what's so relatable to us as a family, and I think a lot of people follow us for that reason, is that we are a very good example. You know, you and Dad did the move in your early 40s, which is a young age to say, let's pack up our life and move abroad. You weren't in that demographic of the 50s, 60s, 70s, retiring, moving abroad. You were a young family with 2 young children, and you did it and it worked. So I think that has kind of inspired people to make the move. And I had a lot of questions about the schooling system and growing up in Spain. So that really helped, that I could talk from experience. And I think just people being able to relate.
Yeah.
If we were a family that, let's say me and Emma are grown adults with families ourselves, and you were retired and then we moved out, well, that is different then, because I don't think there's much, or there's not as much as of a risk element than from when you did it.
Funny enough, you should say that, because I did have a 3-generation family come talk to me, and it was so nice. Yeah, I think the little baby she was 1, because Grandpa had taken the little enough to have a walk around, you know. But it was a 3-generation family, and we were talking about how they could, you know, integrate, what could they do. And it was really difficult, because when you think about it, you've got to look at the schooling side of it for the little one. Then you've got to look at the parents who were working age, so they'd need to find work. Then you've got the elder generation that wanted to retire and have a bit of peace and quiet. So again, that's why it was so important that I said to them, look, you need to come out, you need to spend some time. I mean, I even suggested that they came out for a long period. And, you know, I'm you know my thoughts on rentals and things like that. You know, it's very difficult, really. I never think you get a true feeling if you rent somewhere first. You've got to live the lifestyle. It's no good renting on the player if you're going to live inland and vice versa. And unfortunately, because the rental market is so busy, people are just taking anything at the moment, and that doesn't give you a true reflection of what you want to do. But I did say to them, I think that if you can, maybe come out for a longer period and experience it. Go to the schools, you know, maybe look at opening a business together, because I think the mum, not Nana, Mum was a masseur. Although she did say that she was thinking about giving that up because she got a bad back.
No, ironic.
Yeah, typical. But I did say there's opportunities here for the generation that I had when we came over, for opening your own business and doing something. You know, you've still got that opportunity.
It was an incredible opportunity for us to kind of speak to people and really guide them in their journeys. But I struggled with some of them, because we love to talk, you know, especially if people come in the office, you so much more than me, but we waffle, you know, we do keep people, I think we always feel the obligation to share as much information that we've learned over the last 20 years. But the problem I kept finding was that the exhibitions, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, we had a queue. This is where I'm going to get on to the queues that we had. We had people queuing, and I was speaking to the people stood in front of me, but at the same time, I'm watching the person behind kind of, after 10 minutes, get a little bit, you know, fidgety and, oh, come on, you know. And that's the problem with an exhibition. It should be just quick. We're there to, you know, give you as much information as we can in literally 10 minutes. So we tried to reduce our time. But I felt awful, because some people had travelled 5 hours. We had that one couple from Scotland. 5 hours they'd driven down to meet us. And you're like, okay, I can give you 6 minutes and then off to the next one. And it was. And
I've got to be honest with you, I don't know whether that was the couple, or I had an email when I got back, and it really upset me. I mean, I'll be honest, I almost had a bit of a tear, because I thought, the last thing I wanted was anybody to travel all that far and not be able to get the information they wanted. But it was a little bit of a negative email. I don't know if it was an email or a message, I can't remember now. But anyway, they basically said, we travelled from Scotland to see you, and I remember it happening now after I thought about it. They were in the queue and the client that was in front that I just spoke to left. And then a young lady popped in from the left-hand side of me and said, "Oh, Sharon, so lovely to see you." And this couple that had been waited patiently in the queue sent me a message to say I was, really disappointed that I didn't get to talk to. I mean, I'm presuming she must have talked to you if it's the same person. I didn't get to talk to you. There was some questions I wanted to ask you, but somebody jumped in and you actually saw them do it. And I did see them do it, to be honest. But you know how busy it was. And
they were coming from all angles.
I mean, I wanted to just say basically that was definitely 100% not intentional, because it was just literally I just didn't, because I've got people, I've got people shouting me from every direction. And I just turned around just as this couple were coming towards me, and just turned around. I was talking to this lady, and then this couple disappeared. And at the time, I thought, oh, where have they gone?
Well, I think if we've learned anything from this exhibition, I think if we're going to continue doing them, which I think we will, we're going to have to come up with a slightly better design of our stand, because it did get to the point where we had these tall circular tables with a stool. I don't think any of us sat down. Use the stool, no. We were up constantly the whole 3 days.
Well, I was putting the leads on the stool.
Yeah, I was just using it for a little table. But the problem I think that I found is because we were kind of in the middle of the stand, we were very exposed. We had people come in literally from all angles. I mean, there was one point when I was stood talking to a client, and this woman just walked up straight behind me and asked for a picture. And he interrupted, and I thought that's the one thing I don't like is people interrupting. If I'm talking to someone.
Mind you, I interrupted you a few times.
Oh, every single time you could.
We did ask the client first, though.
No, we were interrupting each other because it was right. If I can get you to just quickly take this picture with me, that client can move on, and it just kept the flow. But there were people coming from all angles. So I think maybe next time we need to come up with an actual, maybe we're in an area where people have to queue within that.
We can be in a booth.
No, but that's not... Not a booth. No, I'm thinking, you actually... I'm trying to think, what's the word? Where you put, the...
What, the chains up?
You actually create somewhere to queue. Because that will avoid people just literally darting in from all over.
Quite honestly, I think the thing is, I think we just need a bigger stand.
A bigger stand?
Yeah, get people off the carpet.
Well, the time has come, Mother, for me to say to all of your fans...
How lovely they are.
How amazingly lovely they are. But why were you not queuing for me? So me and Mom, we've had this running joke from the day we took part in the show, haven't we? That, let's face it, you are the shining star of the family.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. I'm just approachable.
You're the most... I'm not. Let's face it.
It's the looks you give some people sometimes.
Excuse me.
I'll mention at this point. Can I mention the bit in the airport then when we first started filming the series? Yeah. It started from there because there was me, Shaun, and Steve, and we were going to one of the exhibitions.
We were. We were leaving Alicante.
We were leaving Alicante.
It's very, very important to preface. I have social anxiety. So these sorts of things make me want to just crawl into a corner.
It was after series 1, so we were known a little bit. But I remember we were in Alicante Airport, and we were just walking through to get onto the flight. And this family, it was a family, wasn't it? There must have been 10.
Well, you'd already been recognised a couple of times, and it was our first experience of walking through a public airport. Yeah. And you being recognised.
Yeah. And then Shaun's walking in front and me and Steve are walking behind. And then all of a sudden Shaun turned round to me and he's saying, "Mom, there's a family running towards us." And I said, "Okay, just let them, just say hello and greet them nicely." Anyway, Shaun's walking towards them, and I remember 2 of the ladies had got their arms out, and they're going, "Oh, it's the Garners," And then she literally come, and you put your arms out to hug her, and she runs straight past you. She went, "Sharon!" And I remember you standing there going,
I was like,
"Hang on a minute, I'm here." Do you remember that bit?
I do. How could I forget? It like traumatized me from day one. But I was like, this is my first time I'm going to be recognised in an airport. And I was my heart was racing. Again, just preferencing, I do get social anxiety. People don't realise I'm actually, I get very panicky in those sort of public setups. And I was like, oh, it's happening. I was like, this is my moment. And it like out of a film. And the woman just darted past me. I was like, oh no. I just stood there. I was like, oh, cringe. So awkward. Yeah, so leading from that.
But they were so lovely. I mean,
they were
lovely.
Yeah.
They came, they
absolutely
give you cuddles.
incredible. Oh yeah, amazing. Yeah, just left me standing there like a drip.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of been a running joke, hasn't it, ever since? Like it happens all the time, and you do get recognised a lot more. You are with your haircut and your style. You are more recognisable. That's my excuse. But I found this exhibition was quite funny because I think I've had quite a big physical change.
Yeah.
The beard, the weight loss, the hair, like everything. And the amount of people that didn't realise it was me.
Yeah.
And they were coming up and they'd start talking. They'd be like, oh, is it Shaun? I was like, yes. Like, I think when they hear the accent. Yeah. But, so I'm going to put it down to that. I'm going to put down the fact that my mother had a queue at least 10, 12 people deep at all times. I got to about 3 in my queue. I'm going to put it down to the fact no one knew who I was.
Yeah, whatever.
No one recognised me.
Whatever.
But there was one point, I was in the middle of a conversation, I saw my mum's queue getting longer and longer, and I was like, I'm not taking this anymore. So I said to my client, I was like, could you just bear with me 1 second? And I just ran over. I don't even remember what I said.
You said something like, hang on a minute. Something like, what's wrong with me? Why are you queuing for my mum? What's wrong with me? And I thought, I hope he's having a meltdown.
Well, they all laughed, but they still stood in your queue. No one came over and stood in my queue. No, I was... the thing was, I know... a lot of people were so excited to meet you, but I was trying to help get your queue down because I could see it in, you were
I was getting
exhausted
a bit stressed,
and you were trying to get through it quickly. And I think what we've always tried to avoid, and it's a shame that you got that one comment of someone saying that, someone jumped in. Well, that wouldn't have happened purposely.
No, I didn't mean to do that at all.
But I never want anyone to ever feel like we've not given them the time of day.
And that's what I was struggling with. I wanted them to sit down and talk to me and tell me everything,
Yeah.
Andrea was really good because I think she also realised that it was getting a little bit out of hand. So what she did, bless her, she got the sheets, what do you call them?
Like the forms.
The forms to fill in. And she was going along the queue and getting that filled in for me. So when they came to me, I knew exactly what they wanted. So I didn't have to go through all that again. So that gave me a bit more social time with them, But I was getting stressed because I wasn't giving them the time that we normally give them. To be fair, everybody that was with me totally understood. I mean, they were saying to me, look, Sharon, you've given me the information I need. I'll be in touch. I'm going to move now because you've got a lot of people. Yeah. And then I've just got people literally running in from the side saying, I've been watching you all day because they've been sitting on the hub listening to the show that was going on. And we haven't seen your queue go down, but I just want to say that we are in touch. I've left. And then people were literally just sort of, can I have one of your forms to fill in? And taking it away and then just putting it back on the desk. And I was overwhelmed. I was really overwhelmed.
Everyone was respectful.
Yeah.
Every single person was respectful. I mean, people were even turning around in the queue to the next person saying, could you take the photo for us?
Yeah.
And I'm like, we'll do yours if you can take our picture.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was respectful and understood that, we were as busy as we were because there was no avoiding the fact that we were... very, very busy. We had people queuing. Well,
it was actually so nice that one of our collaborators from the Alicante area, they actually, at the end of the day, when we were getting changed, we were all finished for the day on Sunday, all ready to run back. We all went back to the same airport at the same time, didn't we? But they actually came out and, they shook our hands and gave us a cuddle. And they looked and they just said, you guys are machines.
Yeah.
And they said to me, I just don't know how you've done it the last 3 days.
But I think there was no denying, Mum.
Yeah.
Even the creator of the show, or the organizer of the show, came over several times and said,
"You've smashed
wow,
it. What are you
guys,
doing?"
you've smashed this weekend." So, yeah, we're very, very, very appreciative. Thank you to every single person that came. If any of you are listening and you came along, if you did come and see us and you're a viewer of the podcast or a listener, then leave a comment down below and let us know that you came, and we can kind of at least match your account.
If we had a picture with you, please paste the picture as well.
Yes.
If you go onto our Facebook page, you're welcome to face the picture. Face the picture.
Face the picture.
Paste the picture.
Paste the picture. Well, we're about to do that. So our editor, we're going to edit all the pictures that we had. So if you're one of the listeners that came along to meet us, then you might see yourself in 3, 2, 1, go. So yes, maybe you came along to see us, and thank you so much if you did. But just kind of touching on again a little bit about the other companies there. Yeah,
how friendly were they?
Honestly, companies that we've worked with for years here in Spain, and they all came up to say hello and kind of show their appreciation, and we were doing the same. We were going over and kind of putting a face to the name.
We were working as a team really, because I know I sent quite a few clients over to our removal company, Indelo Transport. They were there. They had a lot of clients. There were solicitors. There was other agencies.
It felt. How do I say it? I remember when we started doing them, it was a little bit more everyone for themselves.
Oh, yeah.
A bit more like cutthroat. No, you do your area, we do. We even had people come over to us saying, "Oh, well, we've just been told on that stand that Almeria is this, and this." Whereas this time, it just felt a bit more like a community, like everyone was.
I think they appreciated the fact that we were there, and I think they appreciated the fact that we were working with them and, collaborating, and, I think that's the thing with this game. A estate agency, you do get tarred with the same brush.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good agents out there, and I've said to you, the ones that we work with are the good agents. And I think people that have watched us for the last 9 years, they do put a lot of trust in us. So they know if we're sending somebody to another agent, we're doing it because we know that they're going to be looked after.
Yeah.
It was really nice. So thank you everybody at the show that took part in the show and came and saw us and said hello, and it was really nice.
It was an incredible experience, and we will keep all of you informed of the next one. If I think we're doing more, so we look forward to hopefully meeting a lot of you at the next show, wherever it may be.
Yeah, we'll end up with a bigger stall, I think, because But I apologise for the lack of energy, but I just feel like I just literally want to get my cushion and just snuggle.
And go for sleep. It was an exhausting weekend, but thank you ever so much to every single person that came along. If you've made it this far in the video, then we hope you have already clicked the like button and given us a thumbs up. We hope that you have left us a comment down below. Let us know if you met us at the show, or maybe if we were to go to a show, which one would you come to? Would it be the Dublin show, the Glasgow show, the London show, the Manchester show? Where would you come and meet us? And please subscribe. I have been keeping an eye out, guys. Not all of you that are listening are subscribed, so go down to the subscribe button just below the video and click subscribe. It's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does really help our videos. So,
So, before I nod off, Thank you very much. As I say, anybody that came to see us, bless you. We are working to contact you. Thank you for everybody that came to see us that's now going to be filming with us. I'm really excited. I know Sean's excited as well to meet up with everybody again.
Yeah.
And my intention is to give everybody a shazza tingle.
It's not what you want to say to everyone, but until next week, guys.
Yes.
Adios.
Adios.